Thanks. Fuck, that's good. So how's your lady? Ah, she's gone. Gone where? Medical school in California. Really? Yeah. When was this? It's like a week ago. Well, that sucks. So, when are you done with those meetings?
Like the week after I'm 21.
Yeah, they gonna hook you up with a job or what?
Yeah.
Sit in a room and do long division for the next 50 years.
Yeah. Probably make some nice bank, though.
You'll be a better than this way out of here. I want to way out of here for. I mean, I'm gonna here the rest of my life. You know, be neighbors. You know, we'll have little kids. Little league together up Foley Field. Look, you're my best friend, so don't take this the wrong way. But in 20 years, if you're still living here, coming over my house to watch the Patriots game, still working construction, that's not a threat.
What?
That's a fact. What are you talking about? Look, you got something none of us have. Oh, come on. Why is it always this? I mean, I owe it to myself to do this or that. What if I don't want to? No. You don't owe it to yourself. You owe it to me. Because tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'll be 50. And I'll still be doing it. That's all right. That's fine. I mean, you're sitting on a winning lottery ticket. You're too much of a cash it in. And that's bull. Because I'd do anything to have what you got. So would any of these guys. It'd be an insult to us if you're still here in 20 years. Hanging around here is a waste of your time. You don't know that. I don't? No, you don't know that. No, I don't know that. Let me tell you what I do know. Every day I come by your house and I pick you up. And we go out, we have a few drinks and a few laughs, and it's great. You know what the best part of my day is? For about 10 seconds from when I pull up to the curb and when I get to your door. Because I think maybe I'll get up there and I'll knock on the door and you won't be there. No goodbye, no see you later, no nothing. I'm just left. I don't know much, but I know that.
Coming-of-age stories have offered many great films. However, a majority of them could be viewed as quite superficial. That is, in the sense that they only address what's on the surface of the characters in the film. That is until 1997, when a film dared to dig deeper and show one's growth from within. Directed by Gus Van Sant and written by the film's stars Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, Good Will Hunting tells the story of Will Hunting, played by Damon, a self-taught genius that spends his days as a janitor at MIT and drinking with his buddies Chucky, played by Affleck, Morgan, played by Casey Affleck, and Billy, Cole Hauser. After solving a difficult math problem at MIT, Hunting catches the attention of Professor Gerald Lambeau, Stellan Skarsgård, and this begins a journey of self-discovery with a therapist, Sean Maguire, and a relationship with a Harvard medical student, Skylar, played by Minnie Driver. Our next clip shows Hunting displaying his intelligence. When Chucky tries to impress Skylar at a neighborhood bar, another Harvard student interrupts and begins to ridicule Chucky. That is when Will steps in and completely eviscerates the student. This shows Will's good nature and that despite being smarter than all of his friends, he has no thoughts of superiority over them.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Fine.
So do you ladies,
Come here often?
do I come here? I come here a bit. I'm here, from time to time. Do you go to school here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. So I think I had a class with you.
Oh, yeah? What class?
History.
Maybe.
Yes. think that's what it was. You don't necessarily might not remember me. You know, I like it here. It doesn't mean because I go here I'm a genius. I am very smart. Hey, how's it going? How are you?
Good, how you doing?
You want it? I don't.
What class did you say that was?
History. Yeah.
Just history? It must have been a survey course then, huh?
Yeah, it was. It was surveys.
Right.
You should check it out. It's a good course. It's going to be a good class.
How'd you like that course?
You know, frankly, I found the class, rather elementary.
Elementary.
Yeah.
You know, I don't doubt that it was.
Yeah.
I remember that class. It was just between recess and lunch.
Clark, why don't you go away?
Why don't you relax?
Why not go away?
I'm just having fun with my new friend, that's all.
Wait, we could have a problem?
No,
I don't understand.
there's no problem here. I was just hoping you might give me some insight into the evolution of the market economy in the southern colonies. My contention is that prior to the Revolutionary War, the economic modalities, especially in the southern colonies, could most aptly be characterized as agrarian pre-capital.
All right, of course that's your
Hang on a
contention.
second.
You're a first-year grad student. You just got finished reading some Marxian historian, Pete Garrison probably. You're gonna be convinced of that till next month when you get to James Lemon. Then you're gonna be talking about how the economies of Virginia and Pennsylvania were entrepreneurial and capitalist way back in 1740. That's gonna last until next year. You're gonna be in here regurgitating Gordon Wood, talking about, the pre-revolutionary utopia and the capital-forming effects of military mobilization.
As a matter of fact, I won't, because Wood drastically underestimates the impact of social
Wood drastically underestimates the impact of social distinctions predicated upon wealth, especially inherited wealth. You got that from Vickers. Work in Essex County, page 98, right? Yeah, I read that too. Were you gonna plagiarize the whole thing for us? Do you have any thoughts of your own on this matter? Or is that your thing? You come into a bar, you read some obscure passage, and then pretend you pawn it off as your own idea just to impress some girls, embarrass my friend? See, the sad thing about a guy like you is in 50 years, you're gonna start doing some thinking on your own, and you're gonna come up with the fact that there are two certainties in life. One, don't do that. And two, you dropped 150 grand on a vacation you could have got for $1.50 in late charges at the public library.
Yeah, but I will have a degree. And you'll be serving my kids fries at a drive-thru on our way to a skiing trip.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but at least I won't be unoriginal. But I mean, if you have a problem like that, we could just step outside. We could figure it out.
Oh man, there's no problem. It's cool.
It's cool?
Yeah.
Cool.
Right, it's cool. How you like me now? My boy's wicked smart.
As with any coming-of-age story, relationships are the driving force of the tale. This film is different in the fact that the relationships and connections run way deeper than just that of friends, platonic or otherwise. In our introductory clip, we heard Chucky tell Will how he hopes that one day he leaves and finds the better life his talents deserve. But the relationship in this film that is paramount is that between Will and his therapist, Sean Maguire. The late great performer Robin Williams in his Academy Award-winning performance. Our next two clips show this relationship. First, we hear Maguire and Will first meeting. We hear how Will tries to be adversarial and make Maguire uncomfortable and quit treating him. However, he gets a real emotional reaction when he insults Maguire's late wife. Then, in quite possibly the most powerful scene in the film, Maguire gets Will to finally come to terms with his trauma and let go by simply repeatedly telling him that it is not his fault.
The United States of America, A Complete History, Volume 1. Jesus. You want to read a real history book, read Howard Zinn's People's History of the United States. That knock you on your ass.
Better than Chomsky's Manufacturing Consent? You think that's a good book?
How can people baffle me? Spend all your money on these fancy books, you surround yourselves with them. They're the wrong books.
What are the right Well,
Hey, whatever blows your hair back.
Yeah. Haven't got much hair left. Hey, you know you'd be better off shoving that cigarette up your ass. Probably be healthier for you.
Yeah, I know. It really gets in the way of my yoga.
You work out, huh?
What, you lift?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nautilus?
No, free weights.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Free weights, huh?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah?
Just like that.
What do you bench?
285. What do you bench?
You paint that?
Yeah. You paint?
Mm-mm.
Do you sculpt?
No.
You like art? You like music?
It's a real piece of shit.
Oh, well, tell me what you really think.
Just the linear and impressionistic mix makes a very muddled composition. It's also a Winslow Homer ripoff, except you got Whitey rowing the boat there.
Well, it's art, 1A. It wasn't very good.
That's not really what concerns me, though.
What concerns you?
Just the coloring.
You know the real it's paint by number.
Is it color by number? Because the colors are fascinating to me.
Are they really? What
You
about
bet.
that?
I think you're about one step away from cutting your off.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Think I should move to the south of France, change my name to Vincent?
You ever heard the saying, any port in a storm?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that means you.
In what way?
Maybe you're in the middle of a storm, a big storm.
Yeah.
The sky's falling on your head, the waves are crashing over your little boat, the oars are about to snap. You're just pissing your pants, you're crying for the harbor, so maybe you did what you gotta do to get out. You know, maybe you became a psychologist.
Bingo. That's it. Let me do my job now. You start with me. Come on.
Maybe you married the wrong woman.
Maybe you should watch your mouth. Watch it right there, Chief, all right?
Well, that's it, isn't it? You married the wrong woman. What happened? What'd she leave you? Was she, banging some other guy?
If you ever disrespect my wife again, I will end you. I will you. Got that, Chief?
Time's up.
Yeah.
And now, Will finally lets go.
What is that?
This is your file. I have to send it back to the judge for evaluation.
Oh. Hey, you're not gonna fail me, are you? What's it say?
Want to read it?
Why? Have you had any, experience with that?
20 years of counseling. Yeah, I've seen some pretty awful
I mean, have you had any experience with that?
personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Sure ain't good.
My father was an alcoholic. Mean He'd come home hammered, looking to wail on somebody. So I'd provoke him so he wouldn't go after my mother and little brother. Interesting nights were when he wore his rings.
Yeah, he used to just put a wrench, a stick, and a belt on the table and just say choose.
Well, I gotta go with the belt there, Vanna.
And I used to go with the wrench.
Why the wrench?
Because fuck, that's why.
Your foster father.
Yeah. So, what is it like? Will has an attachment disorder? Is it all that stuff? Fear of abandonment? Is that why I broke up with Skylar?
I didn't know you had.
Yeah, I did.
You want to talk about it?
No.
Hey, Will. I don't know a lot. You see this? Holy. This is not your fault.
Yeah, I know that.
Look at me, son. It's not your fault.
I know.
It's not your fault.
I know.
No, you don't. It's not your fault. I know. It's not your fault.
All right?
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Don't. It's not your fault.
Don't me, all right? Don't Sean, not you.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
This film was a resounding hit, and that might be understating it greatly. It grossed over $225 million against a $10 million budget. It received 9 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor for Damon, Best Supporting Actor, which Robin Williams won, and Best Supporting Actress for Driver. It only won 2, Williams for his aforementioned win, and Damon and Affleck for Best Original Screenplay. For all of us, we have things we deal with, things that are hard in life. And this film speaks to all of us because at one point, or maybe even currently, those things have held us back from achieving what we really can. If you are in that situation, then know you are better and you can do better. Now, I'm going to get personal a little bit. For me, this was a very difficult review to do. For years, I have struggled much like Will in coming to terms with things that had happened to me and learning to let go. I bring this up because, like Will, that struggle and just the pain of not being able to accept it and putting blame on myself hurt me. It is through my faith, my family, both church and blood family, my true friends, of course, my WMNH family, and the tireless work and commitment of one amazing therapist for the past year and a half that has helped me let go and accept that it was not my fault and continue the work needed in my life to be better. I hope you join me next week when, in honor of April Fool's Day, we will look at 2 men. Every day for them is a no-brainer. Join me next week when we look at the film Dumb and Dumber. For WMNH and Matt Connarton Unleashed, this has been a classic film review with Erich Pilcher.
Thank you.